Hello, happy Pi Day, March 14th. If you want to buy this t-shirt, you can buy it on this website, mashpotatojones.threadless.com. Today's video is on the best math, science, and computer science YouTube channels. So this is really cool. We all like watching this stuff on YouTube, so I'm going to show you some of my favorites. And if I've missed any, please let me know about them. I really like watching this stuff, so I'd like to know about the ones that I'm missing and tell me your favorites. So let's go through the list that I have. So the format is going to be, I'm going to say the name of the channel, then how many subscribers they have as of today, Pi Day 2021. So this Fermilab guy is really good. This Fermilab channel, I think this is the director of Fermilab, Don Lincoln, has really good videos on fundamental science questions like what happened before the Big Bang, if the universe is only 14 billion years old, how can it be 92 billion years in diameter? And this is like due to general relativity, like space itself is expanding. And he also talks about particle physics and the Standard Model. Just really, really good channel. Check him out. And he has 500,000 subscribers as of today, which I claim is like, if we were buying stocks, right? This is an undervalued stock. This guy is really good. It should be like millions and millions of subscribers. So he's maybe not as well known. Okay, the next one is Minute Physics. He has 5.27 million subscribers, so he's more well known. And he's also really good. This guy is just brilliant. And he makes, really concise explanations. The one that really caught my eye was he has these two polarized lenses, and if you hold them perpendicular to each other, no light gets through, but then he inserts a third lens in the middle and more light gets through. So it's like really crazy. So then after I saw that, I happened to be going to like Disneyland or Universal, I forget what it was, where you have the polarized lenses where one's vertical and one's horizontal, and there were some garbage lenses on the ground. So I was so excited going around picking up all the broken lenses so I could have 3 polarized lenses to recreate this experiment. So the way you do it is one's polarized this way, one's polarized this way. So in this configuration, no light can get through. But then you insert a third one in the middle and more light gets through. So by inserting another filter, more light gets through. And so anyways, this Minute Physics guy is really good. In particular, his video on Bell's theorem, the quantum Venn diagram paradox. That's where I got all that stuff from. Now, this next one, Leonard Suskin, he's not really a YouTuber per se, but he has a lot of content on YouTube. He is a professor at Stanford, and he has these series of lectures. All the lectures are free on YouTube, so he's kind of a YouTuber. And his lecture series is called The Theoretical Minimum. So he talks about complicated subjects, but he's giving you the minimum to take the subject seriously, which sometimes, even though it is a minimum, it can be very high. Like he has a course on general relativity that I watched on YouTube, and it's very, very hard. But he talks about things like the equivalence principle of gravity, like there's no difference between gravity and acceleration in general. Like if you were in an elevator and the elevator was being accelerated, you would and that you wouldn't be able to distinguish that from gravity. And so that's like one of Einstein's postulates, and he deduces general relativity from that. So really, really good. So this guy, Leonard Suskin, this has 3.6 million views on his first lecture on general relativity, and it tails off after that. And these are supposed to be like adult education classes where he's actually like doing out the math, so you could take notes and like learn these subjects legitimately. And if you go to his webpage, where you can take the courses, classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, special relativity, general relativity, cosmology, statistical mechanics, they're all really, really good. Cosmology, he makes this, the universe is expanding, and the farther away the stars are, the faster they're moving away from you. And Susskind says Anybody that's been in a horse race knows this fact. The horses that are farther away from you are moving faster away from you. So that's one way to remember how the universe is expanding. The farther you are away, the farther the star is away from you, or the farther the galaxy is away from you, the faster it's receding. And that's how we come up with the visible universe. If you go so far away, space is expanding faster than the speed of light. So the photons that leave those galaxies will never reach our eyes. So that's why we have the visible universe. Oh, and the other cool thing I learned from Don Lincoln in the Fermilab, he said, because we don't see edge effects, they know that the actual size of the universe is, I think, like 500 times bigger than the visible universe. So these kinds of you might think that you couldn't know that, but they can deduce all these really crazy things. And he's got a video on what happens before the Big Bang. So really good physics videos. Okay, now science. Closer to the truth. 239,000 subscribers. So again, if this were stocks, this guy's way undervalued. He's really, really good. He interviews a lot of the most brilliant minds in math and science and physics, and just really excellent set of interviews. He has one playlist where he asks people about intelligent extraterrestrial life, and you get 20 different people's perspectives on it. The Fermi paradox. If there's so many galaxies and so many stars, why haven't we found intelligent extraterrestrial life? It's really good. Okay, Vsauce. This guy has 16.7 million views. Vsauce has 16.7 million subscribers. He's very well known. He's just very interesting, and he goes on all these little tangents, whatever he happens to be talking about, he'll go into some little interesting fact tangentially related to whatever he's talking about, and it's just put together really well. Everybody probably knows about him. He's very, very well known. Got to put him on the list. Okay, and then I highlight one of my favorites, the napkin ring problem. I talk about sliced egg surface area. If you use one of those egg slicers to slice an egg, all the slices have exactly the same surface area. He's got this video on the napkin ring problem, which is a really beautiful math result. Okay, next is Veritasium, 8.46 million. This guy's another juggernaut. You've probably heard of this guy. Really good. The premise of his channel is trying to uncover the truth. Really good channel. Oh, and I didn't list a favorite video. He's got so many good videos. The other guy is Mark Rober, 17 million subscribers. He's the guy that went after people that stole his packages, in Christmas time. Now continually, people are always getting packages and people steal them. And he has some kind of glitter thing or fart spray or whatever if you steal his package. So he has... Oh, the other amazing thing he did was he designed a dartboard that's on these motors and has cameras and stuff so that every throw gets a bullseye. So you throw it and the dartboard will readjust so you get a bullseye. It's really amazing. He's a really amazing engineer. He also did a cool video on a squirrel obstacle course, and he shows how nimble these squirrels are. He sets a really challenging, well thought out obstacle course, and the squirrels can complete it. This guy's really amazing YouTuber. Brilliant engineer. Okay, now this next person, I don't know how to say her name. Sabrina HassanFelder, whatever. 237,000 subscribers. So again, if we make a stock analogy, she's really undervalued, and she has really good videos. She's like some kind of hardcore scientist or physicist or something like that. One of my favorite videos she made is called "You Don't Have Free Will, But Don't Worry." And this video is kind of disturbing to me, but it's very well thought out. So basically what she's saying is there's no room for free will in the laws of science. Quantum mechanics, we have probability distribution, but there's no choice involved. The outcome of a quantum experiment, is what it is. So it's kind of an interesting question, if we just have all these little units where no choice is involved, there's no choice involved in the laws of physics, how come it seems like we have free will? It seems like we're making a choice. It seems like I just chose to go, but I guess that wasn't a choice. That was just the laws of physics playing out. Very interesting video. Biology, this guy Daniel Dennett, he doesn't really have a channel, but there's a lot of YouTube content on this guy. So this is just a link. All these links are in the description of my video. This guy with the big beard, he's an evolutionary biologist talking about like how natural selection is a really interesting optimization technique. And so just going through his videos is very interesting. I don't really know anything about biology, so to listen to him talk, learn a little bit about that. Okay, now on to computer science. 2-minute papers. Oh my God, this guy is amazing. 907,000 subscribers. So again, under 1 million subscribers. This dude is absolutely amazing. His channel is about artificial intelligence and machine learning. So I think this subject is going to have the most significant impact on our lives. Like the stuff that they're doing with computers, like I couldn't even have imagined. And when they test these machine learning algorithms, thinking they're going to get one result. Like they wanted to design a robot that could jump as high as it possibly could, given some constraints, it weighed a certain amount, had a certain amount of energy or rubber bands. How would it design a robot to jump as high as possible? And the metric of success was how long its feet were in the air. So they started and stopped a timer. And so you got to be really careful about your metric of success, because one of its solutions was it designed a robot that just kind of rolled over like this. So its feet were in the air indefinitely. So it got a really high score because its just feet were in the air. So this is one of the fears we have when we're, designing artificial intelligence systems. How do you design the optimization goal so that it doesn't backfire on you? And this guy has a really nice personality. Like when he's describing some result, when he's about to get to a major result, he's like, okay, people, hold on to your papers. And then he tells you the big result of the video. Really nice personality, really great channel. In one of the highlighted videos, check out this OpenAI plays hide and seek and breaks the game. Yeah, it's just, you couldn't even have imagined what these machine learning things are doing to solve hide and seek. Okay, this one's really nice. Quicksort with Hungarian folk dance. So this isn't really a channel. This is just a video, but I just have to point this out. It's really cool where they're dancing out the Quicksort algorithm. So if you want to understand the Quicksort algorithm, they dance it in Hungarian folk art, folk dance. And this algorithmic only has 34,000 subscribers, but it's really cool. They basically use dance to explain their algorithms. And one of my goals in life is to dance out my load balancing algorithm. So for my PhD dissertation, one of the topics was load balancing, and it just maps beautifully to dance. Like basically each dancer is going to have a long column of, like, say, Easter eggs, like colorful Easter eggs, and each dancer will have a different number of Easter eggs. I'm giving it away, but what the heck. I want to do this. And so the Easter eggs represent particles. And so if you have a different number of particles, and each dancer represents a processor. So we're load balancing a distributed problem where particles are distributed over processors. So it's this really cool way that dancers interact with each other and balance their load, and you end up with this globally balanced workload, and it just would map perfectly to dance. So I would really like to do that. Okay, back to the list. Now on to math. 3 blue, 1 brown, 3.5 million subscribers. 3 blue, 1 brown, 3.5 million subscribers. This guy is brilliant. Like, his explanations are good. His content is good. He's like one of the most brilliant people out there. A video that I'm highlighting is, okay, why is pi here and why is it squared? This is for the sum of the reciprocals of the squares. like 1 over 1 squared plus 1 over 2 squared plus 1 over 3 squared. I think it converges to like pi squared over 6. And he has this interpretation where like he puts lanterns on a circle and like keeps growing the circle and putting more and more lanterns on the circle as like a geometric way to explain how that works. The guy is really, really good. You got to check out that video. And pretty much all his videos are good. Okay, now here's a really unknown gem. This guy, Norman Wildberger. The name of his channel is Insight into Mathematics, and he only has 89,000 subscribers. This guy is brilliant. Norman Wildberger. I think he's a professor in like Australia, like University of New South Wales, I don't know, something like that. And one of the things that I really like is he has this playlist on famous math problems where he goes through like really important famous math problems and teaches them to you. And I really wanted to find this quote. This guy has like the most awesome quotes ever. I think he was talking about some computer algebra software or some computer geometry software or something. And he said something like, you know, if they had this in the 18th century, they would murder their neighbor's kids or steal their neighbor's kids to get access to it. He's just goofing around, but like he has like these gems of these crazy quotes or whatever. It's just really fun, really brilliant mathematician, really nice take on mathematics. And if we think of this in terms of stock, totally undervalued stock, only 89,000 subscribers. Brilliant guy. Check him out. And of course, Numberphile, 3.65 million views. You probably know about this one. Numberphile is, you know, pretty much everything they do is really good, but they're so popular, you probably already know about them. And let's see. Oh, okay, and one I'm highlighting is the golden ratio. Why is it so irrational? This was just crazy. I guess the golden ratio is the most irrational number. So watch their video explaining why that is. It's really, really nice. Okay, then you have this guy, Zack Starr. He's got a really nice channel, talks about a bunch of interesting stuff. I like his videos when he starts talking about counterintuitive math or surprising results, because it's kind of similar to the stuff I'm into. And one of the videos I highlighted is, the things you'll find in higher dimensions. So check his video out on that. Make sure you're following along in the... all this is in the header of this video, so make sure you follow along all those links. The things you'll find in higher dimensions. So one thing he says in there is actually wrong. He's talking about, like, you know, if you have 2 dimensions and you put 4 red circles in the corners and then you have this green circle in the center, and then like as you do the same kind of pattern in higher and higher dimensions, this green circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he's talking about like, when does the volume of this green circle get larger than the volume of the cube, of the multi-dimensional cube? And he says something like it happens in the 261st or 2nd dimension or something like that. But I worked it out, and it turns out in dimension number 1206, this center circle gets larger than the volume of the unit square. I should do a whole video on explaining this. This is kind of vague, but just wanted to point that out. I thought that was an interesting result. Okay, back to the list. Okay, Richard Feynman, he's not a YouTuber, he's dead, but this dude's explanations, he would be like the best YouTuber. His explanations are really good. And one of his highlighted video is this Fun to Imagine. He's just so good at explaining science and making it fun. Definitely got to check him out. And he has a lot of YouTube content. It's fun to even hear people talk about him. Like Leonard Suskin knew him. He talks about him. Let's see. The only guy I heard that didn't like Richard Feynman was Gelman. The only person I've ever heard that didn't like Feynman was Murray Gelman or Gelman. I don't know how to... He was another like high level. I forget if he won a Nobel Prize or something, but he didn't like that Feynman was coming up, creating anecdotes about himself. But I guess because he's the only one that's like a peer of Feynman, so he was like competing with Feynman. The rest of us, we know we can't compete with Feynman, so we just appreciate him. Oh, and speaking of undervalued stock, Matthew O'Brien has 152 subscribers. His channel is awesome. I really like his channel. Let's see. Watch, if we try to search for myself. Yeah, I don't show up. Yeah, it's like everyone else but me. No, I don't exist. And look, I'm even logged in as myself. You see, there's my little icon there. What if I say Matthew O'Brien Math? Oh, there I am. 152 subscribers. My videos. Like, I like my videos. To me, it's like the greatest thing ever, but hey, most popular. So yeah, this Einstein's proof of Pythagorean theorem, that's actually catching on. That has 2.6 thousand views. That's pretty cool. Oh, you gotta see Einstein's proof of the Pythagorean theorem. Absolutely brilliant. Why didn't they teach us that in school? Like, it's just like true on its face. Like the Pythagorean theorem is a statement about area. So you basically just draw the right triangle and you draw this diagonal where you create similar triangles, and then the sum of those two triangles equals the sum of the whole thing. It's like the most beautiful proof of the Pythagorean theorem ever. Now this one, Fibonacci sequence, this one I'm ashamed of because I actually paid YouTube to advertise it. So like probably this has 2,000 views, but most of those were paid. It's a complete failure. This video is way too technical. Like, if you're really, really technical and you like programming, you might like it. This one's kind of cool, the giant sequoia growth rate. I think people like it because I have giant sequoias in it. This opening frame is really beautiful. Neil deGrasse Tyson is wrong. This actually got pulled from YouTube because you can see I'm quoting Joe Rogan, where Neil deGrasse Tyson says there's 5 levels of infinity, but that's wrong. I mean, using Cantor's diagonalization argument from the 1800s, you can always construct the power set of a set. The power set of a set is the set of all subsets of the original set. And this set has strictly larger cardinality than the previous set. So this is one way to always create a larger and larger infinity. So when Neil deGrasse Tyson said there are only 5 levels of infinity, this is not correct. There are an infinite number of different infinities. Oh my God, this video I'm kind of embarrassed of. Coronavirus predictions. I made it like, in March of 2020, when like the USA, we had like 100 cases or something like that of coronavirus. And I like did some curve fitting and I said, oh, the USA is only going to have 4,500 coronavirus cases total. And whoops, I was off by about 3 or 4 orders of magnitude. Oh, this one is very popular. Quadratic, cubic, and quartic formulas. I guess high school students are learning that, are looking up that. There is a quadratic formula. You learn that in high school. There's a cubic formula. There's a quartic formula, but that one's like pages and pages and pages. And it turns out you can prove there is no quintic formula. Sliced egg surface area. I really like this one. Curved flight paths. Yeah, the flight paths. The flat earthers found me. Super Bowl simulations. Oh, this tool thing. You got to watch this tool video about the cricket chirping along. Oh, solution to Elon Musk's interview question. This video is really good. This is a really nice combination of technical mathematics and like using intuitive explanations and like basketballs and bands. Okay. This is something about athletics. What's so special about 25 reps? Combining like calculus and weightlifting. Painting appraisal story. This is like this really funny story. I was on a cruise ship and how I was able to get hints from the people running an appraisal, and I was able to get the exact appraisal amount. Oh, I'm betting my friend Steve. I like sucker him into this mathematical bet. But anyways, there's an advertisement for my channel. I like it. 152 other people in the world do. Alrighty then. Oh, so but the real point is, what did I miss? What are some of your favorite YouTube channels? Please let me know, and favorite YouTube videos on math, science, computer science, anything. Thank you, and have a good day.